Hi, beautiful people. Good afternoon from California. If you're new here, please go ahead and introduce yourself. I want to know you guys. I want to meet you. Of course, you know how we do it on this channel. You know the drill already. Let me know where you guys are watching from right in the comments. If you're new here, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Mariam. I'm a YouTube coach. I help small to medium-sized businesses start a profitable YouTube channel and begin to monetize it from day one. Today, we're going to be talking about something very important. And the topic for today is how to find love in your passion again, like if you have lost your spark. And this today's topic was initiated by Sarah Donald. Yes. If you're watching from Facebook, please let me know your name because I cannot see the name here on StreamYard on the app. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's go right into it. So thank you once again, Sarah Donald, for suggesting today's topic. Like I always say, let me know whatever topic is of interest to you. If you want me to talk about anything of your interest, leave it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to talk about it right here on the channel. So are you someone that is has always been passionate about something and somehow you're losing your spark, you're no longer, you want to find love in it again? And just so you know, passion is a very powerful emotion that actually inspires us to do wonderful things. Yes, whether you like it or not, pursuing a passion or doing the things that we are passionate about actually brings emotional fulfillment like nothing else. Yes. So what is that one thing that you used to be passionate about, and somehow you find out that you're losing that spark? Let's discuss. Let's talk about it. Yes. So the first thing I would say in this regard is to take a break. Yes, take a break. For you to lose interest or start losing passion in something that you used to love, you need to really take a break and reassess the whole situation. Yes, maybe there's something that you are doing that you ought to stop doing. Yes, so take a break. It could be a 1 week break, 1 month break, depending, but not for so long, right? Just take a break so that you can retrospect and reassess the situation and come back better. So yes, when you actually take a break from your passion, set it down. Yes, don't think about it, don't worry about it. Just put it completely out of your mind for a while. This actually happens every time I go on vacation. I'm able to kind of like what's it called, what's the right word to use, I can power down, right? And then think of other things, let something else take my focus and attention. By the time I'm back and better. So yes, take your mind away from that thing, that which really used to do and you love, that you've always been passionate about. Take a break from it, set it down, don't think about it. Like I said, you may also be too focused on your passion that you neglect other areas of your life. Yes, this is something that a lot of us are actually guilty about. You win so much in something and you're losing a lot in other things. Maybe you've not been having time for family, you've not been talking to your parents, your mom, your so you need to really take a break. Yes, take a break actually, because the truth is some people will actually work you know all day on their passion, 5 to 6 times a week, because they actually eat, they sleep, they breathe on that their passion. So you have to be very, very mindful of how much attention you're giving to your passion. It's okay for you to take a break, because sometimes it becomes monotonous, it becomes boring out of doing it. You're doing it for so long, and sometimes we're also going to dive into if your passion is not bringing you money. Sometimes for some of us, we're motivated by money. Some people will not do anything if there's no money involved. And I understand, but you need to understand that money is not everything. You can be passionate about making a difference in the lives of people. If what you're passionate about is something that is meant to help people navigate through life challenges, and for whatever reasons, maybe because you're not generating income from it yet, um, if you stop, think about the people that you have been that you ought to be a blessing to. Maybe because of you, somebody is not meant to give up. Maybe because of you, somebody is not meant to wallow in depression. Maybe because of you. I mean, it's not every time that I feel like coming live every Sunday. Today, for instance, I'm preparing to shoot about 15 videos today. But I'm like, and I didn't even think about it, you know, once. I never thought of, oh, maybe I shouldn't go live today. I'm gonna go live because I never know who this video, this live stream is gonna be a blessing to. And that's why I'm like, okay, let me do it. In fact, my editors they're buzzing me. Like, what's up, how far? And I'm like, just chill. So yes, you need to do it, if not for anything, but for the sake of people that will be blessed by what you're doing. Yes, for the sake of the people that will be blessed by what you're doing. And I'll give you an example. How about, okay, well, we're getting there. I wanted to say, how about doing it differently? But of course, we are getting there. So hang in tight, guys. And if there's any way you've been able to navigate through something you were passionate about, that you started losing spark or you started losing interest in, then you should actually think about taking a break. Take a break from it. Take a break, and you never know. You just never know. When you get back to it, trust me, you are all fueled up. You are all fired up and you're ready to keep running, to keep it going. The next thing I also want to say is to set different goals within your passion. Set different goals within your passion. Yes, because the honest truth is, true success actually comes. True success is determined by how many people you have impacted, not by how much money you have amassed. That's the truth. How many people have you impacted in your lifetime? How many people have been blessed? How many people have been lifted? How many people's lives have been changed? How many people's stories have been changed because of you? Something tragic happened yesterday. Very tragic. I'm finding it difficult to process it even up till now. Um, we lost a rare gem. Yesterday, it's hard. It's hard. It's been hard since yesterday. Her name is Jessie Lee. I don't know if you've been seeing the post everywhere. We had quite a number of interactions online, and she has been wonderful. She's the queen of network marketing. I'm not a network marketer, I'm not into it, but she is on fire. She's always grinding, she's always there 247. Sometimes I wonder, so people look at me and they think I'm hardworking. You've not met Jessie Lee. She's there. She's there. And then she was diagnosed with cancer in March, I think. And then she passed yesterday. It's been hard. But if there's one thing I'll remember Jessie Lee for, she's always encouraging people. She's not only known for her works, but she's very encouraging. She's an amazing soul. She's very down to earth. I knew Jessie when she was on 40K, before she got to 300, and she's still the same person. No airs around her. She would always respond to you. You send her a message. She has made a positive impact. She has made a huge impact beyond making money. And that's why I mentioned that success is not just about how much you make, but how many people you've been able to impact in your lifetime. When you leave, what will people say about you? What will people say of you? So you need to think, rethink, reassess, and re-strategize. What is that thing? What actually was driving you earlier? Maybe you need to re-strategize. Maybe you need to remap your strategies. Please do not do everything only for the sake of money. Because once the money is no longer there, you will stop it. You will stop it. So you need to reassess why you were interested in it in the first place. And even if it is money, and maybe for whatever reasons, the money actually stopped coming in, you can always rebrand yourself. There's something called rebranding, repackaging, re-strategizing. But while at it, don't stop making impacts in the lives of people. Don't stop helping people. Don't stop imparting people. And like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you lose your spark because you're tired of doing the same thing every day. Yes, monotony becomes monotonous because it's actually hard to stay bright and passionate. It's hard to stay passionate about doing the same thing over and over and over again. So what kind of goals can actually help you? Can you set that will help your passion? Is there anything that you can do to help you ignite that passion once again. Taking a break is something I highly recommend. Take a break and then reassess, re-strategize. You come back bigger and better. You can hire a team. It doesn't necessarily have to be paid, right? You can have a team of volunteers. You can ask people for help. Always, I mean, when I came to the United States, before now, I used to think, oh, do it yourself, do everything yourself. No, you won't win a medal by overworking yourself to death. You can always ask for help. You can always hire help. You can always hire a team. Maybe you're overwhelmed because of too much work, too much pressure on you. So maybe it is time to hire a team. You can run your ideas through other people, and that way, when you do that, you get more ideas. You get more brilliant ideas. I mean, a few days ago, I was talking to somebody about something, and no, it was last night. Last night, yes, I was showing a friend of mine something on the internet. We're doing like a live presentation, and I was showing her something, and along the line, she said something that really made a lot of sense. I'm like, oh yes, I can actually implement that strategy too. So yes, when you have a team, you run your ideas through other people. You talk to other people about what you want to do, your plans, your goals. You can even talk about re-strategizing. That way, when you get more ideas, you get more knowledge, you're like, okay, this is a different way to actually look at this thing. This is a different thing, a different way to approach this goal that you have. See, a lot of us have lofty ideas in our head, but sometimes when we keep doing it all by ourselves, all alone for a long time, we get tired, we get burnt out. You don't think I get burnt? I do get burnt out sometimes. And this is the reason why I like to schedule my videos in advance. Yes, this is the reason why I like to schedule in advance, so that if by any chance I want to take a break, I can always take a break and I can relax. Because right now, as we speak, even though you can't see all the videos right now, they are in my back end, I have enough videos that can last till February 2024. Yes, I have enough videos that will last till February 2024. We are currently in September. So you can imagine I can decide to take a break for a month, a whole month, without shooting any video, any content. I'm covered. So sometimes, you can do a lot of work in at once. You can batch your work. I don't know what you're passionate about. I don't know whether you own an NGO or you even have a YouTube channel, have a business, and somehow you're losing your spark. Let's identify where the issue is. What exactly is triggering you getting tired of it? What is that thing that is making you lose interest? That's making you lose the love you one time used to have for what you were doing or what you are doing. I want to assume that you have not quit or called it quit at all. Yes, and that takes us to the third point, which is contemplate why you started. Why did you start what you started? When you started, I'm sure you were in high spirits, you were gingered, you were fired up, you were like, this thing we're going to do, and we are killing it. So contemplate, why did you start it? Because the truth is, a work of passion isn't always about what you can get out of it. Sometimes it is fueled because we simply feel strongly about a thing. It may not be even profitable. I mean, it may not provide much, in extra, in a way of extra bonuses or even feeling good. But why did you start? Did you start a movement to help young children escape child labor? Did you start to help women, who are widowed and disadvantaged? Did you start to help advocate for these women? Did you start to help take children from the streets, stop hazardous child labor? Did you start to help people who have been victims of rape? Did you start because you want to make money? I mean, whatever reasons why you is valid. Did you start because you wanted to make money? And for some reasons, whatever you are expecting or your expectation is not meeting what you're currently seeing on your passion with, that thing that you're passionate about. Let's talk about it. In my language, you say, "Ejeka dale katusha." Let's put it on the drawing board. Let's go back to the drawing board and contemplate, why did you start this vision? Why was it started? Maybe you need to reassess, contemplate why this thing was actually started, and begin to look for ways, different ways by which you can, actualize these goals. Yes, you may be able to get back in touch by truly going back to why you started it in the first place. Because the truth is, if you are someone that is inspired to help other people, you know. You know that the moment you stop that thing, you can't help anyone again. You can't. That's the truth. If we're gonna not gonna be dishonest with ourselves, think about the people that would lose if you stop what you're doing. Think about it. I remember when I was in Nigeria, I used to attend a church, because I will not mention the name of the church, and I noticed, this disparity. I noticed this classism in church, in the household of God. I don't want to use the word supposedly. It's the house of God. The church is the house of God. And I see people discriminating based off of their social economic status. If you don't work in a certain place, you can't talk to certain people. If you don't, if you're not married, especially, you can't talk to certain people. If you don't have kids, you can't talk. That was bizarre. That was insane in the household of God. I'm sure it still happens till this day. I'm sure it still happens till this day. But I made it a point of duty to advocate for the voiceless. But those days you have to be in position to be able to advocate for people who are currently being victimized because of what I just mentioned earlier, because they're not yet married. Even people that are far younger than them that are married will talk to them anyhow because they think they are bigger than them. And the household of God. I mean, even till this day, this is something that I still fight. I still fight for people. I still speak on behalf of people. I'm the voice of those people till this day. You cannot discriminate people around me. You cannot try it near me, except if I'm not aware. If I'm aware, I'm going to call you out. I will call you out. Because we are all nothing but pencils in the hands of God. We're all nothing. 1 minute, you're breathing, you're fine. The next minute, you're gone. So what makes you think you're better than anyone? And no one is immune from going. No one is immune from death. So let's think about what's that one thing that we're passionate about? What are you passionate about? Are you advocating for people? Are you helping people? Are you being a blessing to other people? Why would you stop? The moment you stop, this person's education will stop. The moment you stop, this person cannot go on. This person needs a lot of encouragement. And you have been serving as a source of light to so many people. When you stop, consider the lives of people that will be affected by that one thing that you're passionate about. Mommy, thank you so much for joining, ma. Grandma, thank you very much, ma. Consider that's one thing that you are passionate about. Who are you helping with your cause? With that thing that you're passionate about? Do you run an NGO? I think every one of us, regardless of our status, should find an organization or a cause that we should support, whether with our time or with our money. What is that one thing that irks you when you hear about it? What's that one thing that keeps you awake at night when you think you're angry, you want to make a change? Hey, Bobby, thank you for joining. You want to make a change, you want to make a difference, in this world while you're here. So what are you doing about it? Is there something that you're passionate about, that you have been working on? Or you've been working on it for years, but you don't seem to see any difference? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a giant step. It begins with a giant step. Yeah. Tiny drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Please, if there's that one thing that you've been doing, that you're passionate about, for sure something has to be changed. Something needs to change. I mean, if you're in Nigeria, there's, this artist that passed last week, a very young, promising boy, Mobad. He's 27, for goodness sake. Unfortunately, his supposed killers are walking freely on the streets. If this is something that you're passionate about putting an end to, you have to fight. You have to fight. Sometimes, and I'm speaking from experience, when you sit on the fence and sit on the fence and sit on the fence on issues affecting other people, one day it will affect you. One day. One day it will affect you. When you see people that are being victimized and you are a witness to it, do not keep quiet. Fight for your cause. Fight for others. Fight for the voiceless. Fight for people who do not have a voice. And that takes us to the next one, which is to tap into your sense of purpose. A sense of purpose actually ties in with that feeling of motivation. You want to think of what life would be if you were able to win that battle. What life would be if you're able to find justice, bring justice to issues that have been lingering, whether for a long time or fresh cases. Can you think of how life would be if you're able to get the culprits involved to book? If you're able to get them jailed and get proper justice? Think of the families of the people, that were victims of these issues. How would they feel? They can breathe easy. They can sleep better. They can sleep with two eyes closed at night, knowing fully well that the killers of their children or their child has been brought to book. So you can learn your course. And that's why I said you should reassess what is the reason why you started. Think about the reasons why you started your course. And this is the reason why, even when you're losing that spark, you're losing the love in your passion, you need to think. Go back and sit down and think. Why did you start in the first place? And like I said, everything is not money. Everything is not money. I'm telling you, you never can tell. I have a friend who she's always speaking up. She's American and she's always speaking up, for issues. And guess what happened? One day, just on her own, she appeared on TV. And I said, girl, she's just a regular girl, right? And I said, what happened? How come? And she said she was on her own and she posted something on Facebook. And a reporter, she didn't know. You have all kinds of faces, eyes looking at you. You don't know whose lives you're touching. There was an issue at the time. It was what's it called? There was shortage in baby food, and she just had a baby. Oh yes, yes. Facebook user said yes. So our why is of great motivation to us. Yes, you need to know your why. Yes, absolutely. And then she was called to appear on TV like randomly in 24 hours. I'm telling you. And that's how she got on TV, airing her opinion, sharing her experiences, how she had to force herself. I think she stopped pumping at some point. She was having some medical issues, but she had to force herself because there was no food. She can't buy food for her child, and her child is not up to age, where she can win the child. So she had to, prefer her own, share her own strategies. How she had to take in some supplements so that she can start, expressing again and stuff like that. You never know who is watching. You never know who is blessed by what you're doing. You never know how much impact that you have been. So please, if you're losing love in your passion, think about the reason why you started it in the first place. And like I said, tap into your sense of purpose. And if you don't even have a sense of purpose, you can try to push your mind into that direction of your own. You can actually decide, I want this to be my purpose. And then start to do the work that is required for you to get there. I'm telling you. At the end of the day, you may find that your brain creates that passion and purpose as a side effect for doing the work. And the next thing I will say is to schedule time to focus on your passion. Let's not make the mistake of doing it 24/7. We are humans. We get tired of doing the same thing. I've seen nurses, people who have always said, oh, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a nurse. And then they are working, and at some point, they start to lose the spark. They're like, I don't think this life is for me. Some people actually work day and then they do overtime. They work at night. They do 48 hours at a stretch. They get home, they are tired, their eyes are foggy, they can barely think straight, their brains is almost knocking. Oh yeah. Facebook user said, is this mommy? Yes, when you live a purposeful life, you get meaning in life. Period. That's on period. So you need to ask yourself, why did you start? Are you passionate about helping sick people? Then think about them. Take a break if you need to. Take a break, a well needed, much deserved break, and reassess and say, if I stop this thing, people, yes, you cannot save the world. You're not Jesus Christ. But at least you are here to make a difference. You can make a difference. You can make a difference. I'm telling you, that's our why is a great motivation to us. Why did you start? Go back to the drawing board. Ask yourself, why did I even start this thing? I'm sure when you get to that point, you're fired up again. You're like, no, I cannot just keep quiet. I can't just stay on my own. I can't just neglect. I can't just back out. We're not cowards, are we? No. Let's get back to the drawing board. Let's think about why we started in the first place. Let's go back there. Put in our efforts. Because you never know. That could be your purpose in life. When you leave, you can't even feel, you will miss it because you're running away from your purpose. Don't. And like I said, and I'll keep saying, everything is not money. Not everything is money. Also, focus on positives. Focus on positives. And that's why I always want you to think of the outcome. Think of the outcome of whatever it is that you're doing. What is the outcome of you getting the job done? What is the outcome of you getting to the end goal? Helping children come out of poverty, helping children to go back to school, taking children away from the streets, reducing the vices in our society, helping people to stay away from drugs. What exactly was the motivation behind why you started in the first place? Let me go ahead and read some comments from people. Bobby said, I write positive music for kids. I love that. My channel is growing slowly. How can I take the pressure off of wanting to be perfect? And yes, only Jesus Christ is. See, Bobby, one thing I've learned on the streets of YouTube is done is better than perfect. Done, yes, is better. Always remind yourself. In case you shoot the video and you're like, oh, it's not up to par. Oh, it's not, up to standard. Drop the video. Think about the people that will be blessed by it. It's not by the aesthetics all the time. It's not by how beautiful everything is. It's not by how perfect. Remember, there are going to be many more multiple videos to do. And it's always advisable, like I always tell my clients, try to make sure that each video, subsequent video, is better than your previous videos. It's okay. If you think it's not up to par, post it. Post it. What if you say, okay, I want to shoot another video and you end up not doing anything at all? Because the thought of doing it again weighs you down. The thought of doing it again may weigh you down. Why not just move on? Move along. Upload that video. Don't worry about being perfect. Done is better than perfect. Yeah. Bobby said, I want to uplift the people with my songs. That's amazing. And I love that. That's a positive cause. I love, love, love that. So Facebook user also said, yes, so everything is not money. Just the comments from my YouTube channel is like I won $1 million and I don't know this person at all. Now that's another thing. That's another thing. There's some comments that just uplift you when you are having a bad day, or you're even thinking of quitting that channel. You see some comments and you're like, okay. I mean, people come on my channel, they leave some comments, especially these live streams. They're like, when I see those comments, even when, see, no one is immune to not, to not getting tired, right? No one is immune. Sometimes we want to quit. But maybe it's time for you to just take a break and come back. There are times, it's not all the time I feel like doing this, but I think about the people that will be blessed by it. You are most welcome, Bobby. I think about the people that will be blessed by this. And Sarah, I hope by the time you watch the replay, Sarah Donald, I hope this has answered your questions. I have more pointers, and I think I will continue next week with the same topic, and see how. Yes, I think I'm just gonna continue next week because it's something that we need to really, really talk about. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this video has been a blessing to you. My just in case you have not shared this video, please like this video and share this video. And if you need me to do a research tailored to your specifications or talk about a particular topic that is of interest to you, please be sure to leave it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to tackle it for every single one of you. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. God bless you. Bye for now.